Side of the road, certainly not right up on it. We saw earlier going through some residential areas where there were homes, there were pedestrians, people out watching right alongside the roadways, not seeing much in the way of either other vehicles or pedestrians. That's certainly a plus for law enforcement as they continue to chase this fleeing pickup truck, a pursuit that started close to 2 hours now, according to our best calculations, in Van Alstyne at a gas station when the driver of the pickup truck gassed up, drove away without paying. Sheriff's deputy tried to intervene. From what we are told, an unconfirmed report, the pickup truck driver then attempted to, from what we understand, drive towards that sheriff's deputy, a possible assault on a peace officer, and the chase was on. And the driver has shown, as Sean and I have been talking about, a certain amount of skill when it's to evading law enforcement, getting around those spike strips, and getting around whatever kinds of obstacles or barriers that law enforcement has tried to put up in order to slow him down and get him to stop.
Yeah, he hadn't seemed to be intimidated at anything that law enforcement's tried to do so far. And
the best we can figure is the driver did start with a full tank of gas in Van Alstyne. So, yeah, Sean was doing the math earlier, and yeah, this chase could continue for quite some time. No telling. Law enforcement is being very measured, very careful in the tactics they are choosing. At times we've seen them try to be a little bit more aggressive, maybe pulling up right alongside the pickup truck, maybe getting out in front of the truck. But each time they have also pulled back after maybe seeing that tactic is not producing the desired result. The truck driver, in spite of being in a pickup that is partially disabled, he's down just to a rim on his left rear wheel. In spite of driving a disabled vehicle, the truck driver is showing a remarkable amount of determination to keep this pursuit going. And now for quite some time in rural portions of Navarro County, of course a rural county itself, and occasionally we've been able to see as our helicopter photographer pulls out a remarkable sight, just how many law enforcement vehicles have joined this chase. We're told a number of different jurisdictions, at least we think we saw as many as 10 law enforcement vehicles in pursuit. The chase, as we said, starting in Van Alstyne, went through a number of different communities, large and small, and a number of different highways this morning. Well, and then now we're well into the afternoon. 75 Central, 635, I-30, and then I-45. And in the town around Corsicana is when that pickup truck, the driver, decided to get off the freeway and try his luck, if that's the right way to describe it, on some rural roads. And so far, at least, he's been able, despite the very focused effort of law enforcement, he's been able to keep this pursuit going. Law enforcement, no doubt, having to, at all times, make the calculation, how aggressive should they be in trying to stop that fleeing truck. They're always thinking about the danger to other officers, civilians, and the suspect himself.
Right, and it looks like now, all of probably most of those from here, Metroplex departments have kind of fallen out of this thing, and they're content now to follow him with some officers from that part, Navarro County, Ellis County, DPS, content now to follow him, at least for now, and see what his intentions are.
And figuring out the intentions, that's almost a futile pursuit in a situation like this, because that driver knows he's in a disabled truck. He can see all the vehicles behind him, and he must know that even if in the unlikely event he was able to give the slip to the vehicles on the ground, which won't happen, he will still be under the watchful eye of law enforcement helicopters, at least one helicopter, maybe more. All right.
Okay, now here's another attempt to block him. by police in a pick-em-up truck, see if they can get in front of him. They're trying to push him off the road there a little bit, trying to get him to slow down and stop. It's kind of a seesaw back and forth right now from lane to lane.
All right, they forced him off the roadway. Now, can they keep him off the road? He's trying to...
Back. Oh, there's a little bump, but it didn't have any impact. He's still moving now.
Remarkable. Now, that extended cab pickup truck, a law enforcement vehicle, as far as you can tell, right, Sean?
Yeah, yes, it's law enforcement.
Okay, now...
They're bumping from behind.
They're trying to limit his options for any forward progress, but as you can see, he's still determined.
Man, he's like a running back looking for a hole.
Yeah. But right now, the defense is really tightening up on him.
Yes, it is.
Okay, more contact. That clipping you've been talking about.
There's the pit move there. There it is. They pitted him. All right. And you can move right there that we were telling you about. And he is in the median. Officers are out, guns drawn. And they're coming straight to the truck. This officer walking straight to the truck and going to the door and pulling him out. There it is. He's out and down.
All right,
and there you see him being taken into custody. That officer not really giving him any time to think about what was happening. He got out of his squad car, gun drawn, and began marching straight to the door of that pickup truck. And I'm sure he was yelling some commands at him. Open the door, don't think about it, get out now. And he did.
And
he did.
All right, so the chase, thankfully, comes to an end safely. The location about 5 miles east of Ennis on a rural stretch of roadway there. Law enforcement, as we saw this morning and afternoon, remaining patient, keeping close to that driver. They finally found the opportunity they were looking for to get him off the road and into that kind of swampy, marshy area. Some wet ground. The pickup truck came to a stop, and they were able to make the apprehension. The driver.
And it looks like, Dan Godwin, that the pit move actually was carried out by a Van Alstyne officer. What started in Van Alstyne ended at the hands of a Van Alstyne police officer. That's what it looks like.
A fitting end to a long and difficult chase, but law enforcement able to bring the whole situation to a safe and successful conclusion. This is Dan Godwin and Sean Rabb reporting live this afternoon on the end of this lengthy police chase. Thanks for sticking with us, and we'll have further details, a little bit more background about the suspect who was just arrested, as you saw live on Fox 4.
Looks like it's either 32N or 32K 259.